Okay, so I need to start this video off with an apology and a shout out. Apologies to the people who left comments on my video saying that you can in fact do realistic faces at places like Higgsfield. Here's the thing, in my mind, I couldn't really process that there would be two separate versions of Seedance 2.0. We've never seen anything like that in the past. Again, the Seedance 2.0 API releases, yet it turns out that through some type of sorcery, places like Higgsfield, Runway, and maybe even TopView, I've not used TopView, but apparently they've done something that makes it work. But I was not convinced. Again, how the hell can there be two separate versions of Seedance 2.0 out there in the wild? And that's where the shout out comes in. I want to shout out Mad Mask, a friend of the channel. We've been interacting with each other here and there on X in the Creative Partner Program in Kling. So I trust this guy when he tells me something that it's actually legit. And that's exactly what happened in the Creative Partner portal in Kling. Kling has actually asked us feedback on what we think about Seedance 2.0, because no doubt they're going to use this data to improve the future versions of Kling AI. And Mad Mask was like, hey, I'm using Seedance 2.0 via Higgsfield, and I'm also using their Cinema Studio 3.0. And after a little bit back and forth, I was a little bit more confident that, yeah, okay, apparently Higgsfield was able to do something vastly different that not a lot of other people, even Dreamina and CapCut, could pull off. Somehow they've been able to wrap this thing into something that allows for realistic faces to go through, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Now, I'm going to show you what you need to do if you want to use something like Higgsfield, because that's what I'm using right now, and it seems to be perfect. I like the way they're approaching this, and we'll get into that right now. But first off, let me show you what you need to do to get started with Seedance 2.0 in Higgsfield AI, because I actually had to do the exact same thing. I had not been subscribed to Higgsfield for more than a year, as I mentioned, and if you go to their website or if you go to their X account, they're running a promo until April 13th to where you can get 7 days of unlimited Seedance 2.0 if you select the Ultra plan, which is what I selected. Now, what's interesting is that just yesterday, this $225 price, I paid $239. So if I would have waited a day, I would have paid 14 bucks less. What you need to know is that Seedance 2.0 pretty much everywhere is no longer gated behind the business and enterprise plans. But with Higgsfield, the starter plan only has access to Seedance 2.0 fast. I've not used the fast version yet. I don't know what the quality of the output is like. You don't start to get access to Seedance 2.0 until you move to the Plus plan. Now, I took the Ultra plan because I like that idea of 7 days of unlimited Seedance 2.0, regular and fast. And the good thing about this is unlimited is available for 7 days after purchase. So as of today, I have 6 days left. So it's not like, oh, it was 7 days if you got it maybe 3 days ago and then it ends on April 13th. Basically, if you were to sign up for Higgsfield today and get the unlimited Seedance for 7 days, then whenever you sign up, as long as you sign up during the promo, you get the 7 days unlimited from the start date of your purchase. I hope that makes sense. And if for some reason you don't want 9,000 credits, you can move it down to 6,000. But what happens is once you change that, then you'll notice that it's no longer unlimited, but you do get 15 free gens. And if you move down to 3,000, it's 5 free gens. But on either 3,000 or 6,000 credits, they give you 7 days unlimited of Seedance 2.0 fast. So again, this is where you start. And if you want to help the channel out at no extra cost to you, then be sure to use our partner link in the description below this video. And again, any financial help that I get from you guys, either via affiliate links or you guys enrolling in the courses, I just take that money and plunk it back into the channel. This allows me to pay for things like this to do my own testing. This also allows me to upgrade my equipment. Again, I just mentioned recently that I recently upgraded from an iMac 27-inch. That was a 2020 version that I bought in 2021. I upgraded to a new Mac Mini M4 Pro. So again, if you want to help out the channel at no extra cost to you, then be sure to use our partner link when you sign up, link in the description. Now, we're going to get into the mechanics in just a minute, but I just want to show you that this is a Seedance 2 video, and you see that this is a realistic face here, but you do run into some censorship issues, like this one says NSFW, credits refunded. It was the exact same video, exact same prompt, so maybe the model rolled something that it couldn't show you. But the good thing about it is it's nothing you have to worry about. Like, Higgsfield is not going to jump into your DMs and, you know, be browbeating you about you getting these kind of flags, because obviously it happens at the model level, and a lot of times there's nothing you can do about it if you're not explicitly trying to create NSFW content. The other thing that I want to show you is that sometimes I've been using Cinema Studio 3.0, which I'll show you in a minute, and the answer to a question I do not have at this minute is Cinema Studio 3.0 using Seedance 2.0? It sure seems that that way to me. But the thing is, when you're over in Cinema Studio 3.0, there's no way to select a video model. So maybe Higgsfield decided that Seedance 2.0 is the best thing out right now. So let's wrap Cinema Studio 3.0 around the latest version of Seedance 2.0. That's what I'm assuming is going on, because again, whenever I maybe take a clip like this and then use that clip as a reference with Cinema Studio, the quality looks exactly the same. And that's what I did for the fight scene that I showed you guys on the channel. The movement, the aesthetics, it all seems exactly the same. Now let's get to the magic of all of this. How do you actually get the realistic faces to work with Seedance 2.0? And this apparently is how Higgsfield AI has solved that issue. What you have to do is, let me go ahead and close these out right quick. You have to upload an image, and then that image has to actually get approved by their system. Some of you are like, what? Are you telling me that they're gating your AI characters? Yes, but it's not terrible, as I've shown you from the consistent characters that I use with Kling 3.0 as well that don't get censored for the most part. What you have to do is you click upload media, and as you can see, what happens when you upload a character, or maybe characters that you've created in the past using their Soul Cinema, which is their own image creation model for characters, their system has to analyze your image and tell you whether or not it's going to be eligible. So let's run through that right quick. I'm going to click here, and what I'm doing is bringing in a brand new character sheet of a consistent character that I've had on my desktop. And again, what it's doing right now is it's checking. Again, as you see right here, your upload is being verified. You can select it once verification completes. And I think as you just saw, it happened very quickly. So you see that it says that it's eligible. This is a trade-off, but I like the trade-off because, yeah, they have to tell you whether or not you can use your consistent character, but it's protecting the entire creator ecosystem by not letting the AI bros ruin everything by trying to upload existing intellectual property, which caused the backlash with Seedance 2.0 to begin with. So again, let's think about that for a second. Remember the issue that Sora 2 had, caused this huge backlash, and then they nerfed it and they never allowed realistic faces until like the very end before they ended up just shit-canning Sora altogether. Somehow, some way, apparently, not only just Higgsfield, but possibly Runway, maybe Freebig, TopView, they've got some tech to where they're saying, dude, this Seedance 2.0 model is too big to fail. We cannot let this thing fail. We cannot let creators go without being able to use this. So they have some kind of identification system that will take your photorealistic image, analyze it, and say, yes, if you use this, you will keep yourself out of trouble. And the Seedance/ByteDance API won't reject it. So again, some of you may see this as a layer of censorship, but you guys know that I like to create attractive AI characters. Again, I've got a complete training on that, link in the description. And this method allows you to continue doing that, because I'm pretty sure my attractive AI characters look a lot better than what any of you are doing out there. I'm gonna just make that claim. So in a nutshell, as I brag about that, what I'm saying is that if I'm able to pull it off with the type of AI characters that I use, then you should be able to pull this off no problem, because your AI characters don't look as attractive as mine. Just saying. But anyway, let's run this. So what I'm gonna do is, again, I've already done this a couple of times, and I'm just going to use this prompt with this new character. Elements on, yes. I don't want a music soundtrack, and I'm gonna leave it at 8 seconds. You can do this this all the way up to 15 seconds, but in Cinema Studio 3.0, you're only able to do it up to 12 seconds if you're doing multi-shot, but I think it's Cinema Studio 3.0 entirely. And you're only allowed up to 720, but if you have something like Topaz Video AI, which I do, you can upscale this to 4K, no doubt. Auto, I'm going to just go ahead and set this to 16:9 just to make sure I don't get anything crazy. And since I have the unlimited mode, I'm just going to go ahead. Actually, I don't want this to take too long, so let me just go ahead and just use the 36 credits, which is cool because it would have been 48, but now it's 36. So let's wait for that to generate, and maybe I do one that's unlimited just so, you know, we mix things up. Okay, what I've done is switched over to the Cinema Studio 3.0, and these are the gens that came with what we just did a minute ago. This one's kind of confusing because she walks and then she turns around, and again, you think about the character sheet where it's showing like all of the angles, and maybe with more prompting it could have done something a bit different, but the same prompt with the same character sheet, this is how it came out, and that came out very well. And the other thing I want to point out is once you actually run something, again, I'm in Cinema Studio 3.0, you get this little badge down here that says this asset has been checked and is ready to use as a video reference. So basically, if I came here and I said use this in a video, it says that IP must be checked first. But here's another thing that I run into. So, you know, it says that, you know, this asset has been checked and is ready to use as a video reference, but when I say use in a video, you still get that little pop-up that says must be checked for IP. But if you come down here, again, I'm on the video tab, you click on this button and you click video generations, you can do it like that. So that's the better way to load something that you've already done. This is a reference video that you can use to continue on with a scene. Maybe you say something like she meets her female friend on her journey and they embrace with a hug. Just trying something out. But what I wanted to point out is the fact that if you come into Cinema Studio 3.0, as you can see, there's no way to select a model. This up here, these only open up if you use an image, I believe. So, you know, you can't change what's already going on in a video that's already been published, right? So that only opens up when you're doing image to video, from what I understand so far. But again, if you use a video reference like here, then you don't get that option. But again, you only get the option of 10 seconds or 15 seconds. But again, if you use the multi-shot, then it's only up to 12 seconds. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 12. And that's the max. And you can't extend any of these other ones out any further. And my camera is blocking the other input, but there's no other plus button that you can do to extend this out past 12 seconds. So again, this is where you can let the AI figure it out, or you can add your own custom multi-shot and you do shot 1, do something for shot 2, you do something for shot 3. It doesn't have to be 12 seconds. It could be 8 seconds. It could be 10 seconds. And again, this is carrying over from that fight scene that I did. And yeah, you want to make sure you clear all of that out. But again, other than resolution, aspect ratio, how many batches, audio, there's no way to select a separate model. So again, it's my assumption that their Cinema Studio 3.0 is utilizing Seedance 2.0 because again, the aesthetics look exactly the same as Seedance 2.0. So I'm going to let that run, and then if it turns out good, I'll add it as a B-roll shot in this video.
Hey!
But I just want to quickly go ahead and put this out there so that any of you who did what I was doing at first, which was using the raw Seedance 2.0 API and something like Flora, I showed you in a previous video that it doesn't work. But again, apparently places like Higgsfield, Runway, TopView, they've got their own tech that they're layering on top of Seedance 2.0 to make this all work. So with all of that, I think this is really game changing for AI video going forward, especially now that we can use Seedance 2.0 closer to the viral version that released in February, and we can use our photorealistic AI characters. Kling 3.0 and Veo 4 have very high bars that they're going to have to scale. In fact, there were rumors of Veo 4 coming out, but I think all of this is going to move that out further because they're not coming out with something as good as this. They're wasting their time. But again, what are you guys' thoughts? Are you going to be checking out something like Higgsfield AI or Runway or something like TopView in order to use your photorealistic AI characters? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below this video. And once again, if you do decide to check out Higgsfield AI, be sure to use our partner link in the description below this video. Once again, my name is Paul Donis Maximus. Thanks for checking out this video. Please join me in the next one.